Good morning, everyone. Today I have chosen to speak on the autobiographies of great saints from India. The reason I am doing is with the modern education we got, we think spirituality is meaningless and it has nothing to do with it. In addition, of course, most people say India was spoiled only because of spirituality. So I would at least like people to know what exactly spirituality is, and very evident if you read these autobiographies of great masters. So I'll start with the very first one. The very first one is the autobiography of a yogi by Paramahamsa Yogananda. Oh, this is a special centenary edition which was published when his birth centenary was celebrated. The normally available version is this one, and this is what you may see in the bookshelves if you go to a bookstall. So this is the very first autobiography written by a saint. Others have written biographies, but yogis normally don't speak about themselves. But Paramahansa Yogananda, as you know, had gone to United States, and there, of course, this highly materialistic society will not understand what spirituality is. So Guruji has written this autobiography to give people a clear idea of what spirituality is about. So that is the very first book, and I don't think I'll spend much time talking about the inner details, but I will definitely tell you that you will get your shocks if you read these books, because they say astounding facts which they themselves have experienced in their own lives. Next book is, of course, this Swami Rama's Living with the Himalayan Masters. Of course, it is a much more light-hearted vein that is written and very interesting to read. And maybe you could read this as the first book because a lighter reading. Autobiography of a yogi is little more serious tone, but this is very light-hearted. Have a lot of interesting episodes by which you could maybe enjoy it a little more. And interestingly, Swami Rama was born of parents who were extremely old. I mean, around I think maybe 70, 80 and all that. Parents and mother was 70, maybe father was 80. So there's a very peculiar thing, and so from the birth itself, he was handed over to a guru. The guru only actually brought him up in the Himalayas. So that's why he calls it Living with the Himalayan Masters. So next book is again I'll take on this book because it's also a Himalayan Masters book. This book is named Apprentice to a Himalayan Master. His name is Sri M. Born in an ordinary Muslim family in Trivandrum. He was my schoolmate, so I have a special regard for this book. In this book, of course, I read about my own school teachers and so on. We studied in the same school, same batch. So if somebody questions the truthfulness of this book, I have nothing to say because he is still alive. He is very much there. He has a ashram in Madanapalli in Andhra Pradesh. So you can directly meet him and question him. I mean, the miraculous, extremely miraculous things he has written in this book, which will tell us that spirituality is a reality even today. That spirituality did not exist only in Puranic periods, but they are still existing, and there are masters who can guide you to those experiences. So, in fact, for me also, it's something like that. I have read Puranas. I have read Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's Gospel. There also it says Ramakrishna Paramahamsa showed Vivekananda God. When he was asked, have you seen God? Ramakrishnaji's reply was, I can see him more clearly than I can see you. So then Vivekananda said, then can you show me? So he immediately said yes. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa touched him and he got into a trance and was off for a pretty long time in meditation. So it didn't convince me. I mean, it didn't give me a feeling that God is possible to be known. But when I read Autobiography of Yogi, of course, it gave me a strong feeling that in this life itself, you can know God provided you make the effort. And Sri M, of course, is the name M comes because his Purvashrama now was Mumtaz Ali Khan. He in his previous birth was uh, Madhu. Madhu was his previous birth name. And his Guruji's name was Maheshwarnath. Of course, Maheshwarnath, when he took Samadhi, it seems to have given all his powers to Sri M. So all the names starting with M, he named himself M when he became a master. M also is a master. Okay. So he is now known as Sri M, and he is not. Well, of course, he works at a much little more deeper level, so he may not become very popular. Like Amma is very popular because she caters to a large section of people. So from starting from ordinary chanting to deep levels of meditation, she can impart training. So, but I think Sri M, of course, trains more serious people at the higher level. And the next book is also a very interesting book. I have taken and brought this book because this is an engineer who became a monk. He went to Australia. I mean, he's also alive. He's quite young also compared to all the other saints. He's quite young. And he went to Australia, started a computer company, later became a multinational company. In fact, when he reached Australia, his weekly wages were some $20 or $25. But in a year's time, he became a person who earns $25,000. So obviously, it happens to people who are highly motivated and so on. And after that, he wrote up his company to his friends who were the other partners, and then he went to Himalayas. And with the deep meditation, I think in about a year's time, he attained. He is basically a Punjabi. His name is Om Swami. This book's name is If Truth Be Told, and very interesting book. Then the last book I have, not the last book though. I mean, last book I will, one more book I'll take. The last book I have chosen is our own ex-president's uh, last book. In fact, I think this should be the last book, Transcendence. And here he writes about his becoming a spiritual disciple and his attainment stories. Very interesting book. Because additionally, from the second Muslim person, of course, fortunately, I have these books like that because see, the religion does not matter. Even the caste does not matter. In fact, in Hindu religion, many of the masters were from the lower caste. So what matters is your deep devotion to God and your real wanting to know God. And that's all that matters. So nobody has to feel disappointed or anything like that. You can definitely meet some great master and learn from those masters. And the last book I have, of course, is Muktanandji's I Became Alive. I Became Alive. This also is a very interesting book. I hope you have heard of Muktanandji. He is from Ganeshpuri, nearer to Bombay, of course. And he was disciple of Nityananda, who was also a well-known person. And of course, he is presently not in the body. He left his body. So that's all I think I should introduce you to. But read at least one of this book. And you will get a better idea of what Indian spirituality is. So thank you.